Peace and bliss. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. My name is Tanya. In today's video, this is part 2 of our 3-part series. So you want to grow your own potatoes at home series. Try saying that 3 times. It's a mouthful. So today I just want to cover the various growing containers that you can grow potatoes in. I want to start off by saying in this growing series, we're only focusing on determinate style potatoes. I will link an article in the description box differentiating between determinate style potatoes and indeterminate style potatoes, because there are various growing methods that require various ways of growing them, right? So you don't grow your determinate to make potatoes the same way that you would grow your indeterminate. So we're going to be growing Yukon Go potatoes. They're in the house. I forgot to bring them out, but you will see them in the next video when we actually plant them. But today's video, I just wanted to go over the minimum size container that you want to utilize when growing your potatoes. What we have here is a 5-gallon grow bag, and it's roughly, I would say, anywhere from 9.5 to 10 inches deep. When planting your potatoes, you want to plant them in 4 inches of soil and then cover them 4 inches. So ideally a minimum of 8 inches. Okay, anything smaller than a 5-gallon bag, like a 3-gallon bag, or little small potato containers, you're really wasting your time. And considering the time, you want to be able to produce a reasonable amount of potatoes to make it even worth your while. Okay, so this 5-gallon bag would be ideal for growing determinate style potatoes. And the reason why I say determinate style, because if we were growing indeterminate varieties, they will require what you call a build-up method. And what does that mean? It means as the potato begins to grow and it reaches, the stem reaches anywhere from, the plant reaches anywhere from 6 to 8 inches, you're to bury all of maybe 3 inches of that stem. And by doing that, it creates a process wherein the plant will produce more tubers. So you will essentially be growing potatoes on layers opposed to one layer. Determinate varieties are grown on one layer, which is why I love them, because once the garden season kicks off and I'm busy, I'm scurrying around and, managing pest control, pest management, harvesting, I don't have time to go back and try and mound up potato plants. I want to be able to set it and forget it and then harvest once they start to die back. So I want things to be as independently grown as possible that requires very minimum or to no interaction from me. Okay, another great growing medium would be a container of this size. I measured this is a total of 9 inches deep. So this would be great. You would insert your trowel 4 inches, bury your potato, cover it up with dirt. This would be great. As many of you have seen, I grow in large containers. I think they are 17 inches deep. I prefer deeper is better. It's okay starting out using these various options. That's okay. But my logic is, the deeper the roots can grow, which means it will produce more tubers at the bottom. At least that's my theory. And I've been very successful growing in deep containers. So that's roughly it for today. Just wanted to cover the various different type of containers that you can use. Cameraman, if you don't mind, just pan over to that fig tree so they can see the green container that I'm referencing, so they can see the depth. You see the diameter. Now they can get a glimpse of the depth of the container. It's roughly 17 inches deep. Okay, so that's what I'll be growing my potatoes in this year, that I grow in obviously every year. But these are just some other options that you can consider. Okay, you don't have to purchase anything as large as I have, but if you just want to get started with a 5-gallon grow bag. Perfect. I've grown potatoes in 5-gallon grow bags. I will link the video at the end of this video so you can take a look at that. I haven't grown potatoes in here, but I can. Actually, right now I have lettuce in here, so I didn't want to disturb the soil. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. We covered the various different type of container mediums that you can grow potatoes in. In the next video, I'm going to go in depth on the potatoes that we'll be growing. Again, they will be determinate varieties. We're growing the Yukon Gold and the Yukon Gem, which is a sister to the Yukon Gold. So I'm looking forward to growing that this year. Haven't grown that before. They're very prolific potatoes. Like I said, I prefer things to be easy in the garden because there's a lot of moving parts in gardening, and I just can't invest a lot of time in remembering to go back and to add more soil to a growing plant. But keep in mind, this is for growing potatoes in containers. We're not growing in ground, as you all know, because I'm a container gardener. So instructions would vary if you're growing in ground. I think if you're growing in ground, you want to still, again, make sure your trench is anywhere from 3 to 4 inches deep, and you would plant them in rows, and they would have to be, my memory serves me correctly, they have to be anywhere from 12 to 18 inches apart. Well, that's not the case. But once we plant the potatoes, I will show you roughly how you want to plant those potatoes so that they are away from the edge of the container, because you do not want them to be too close. So you'll be about 4 inches out. You plant a potato and another 4 inches out. Now this container here, you can easily, you can get two potatoes in this container here. Okay, you can get 2. You want to make sure that you're not growing too close to the edge. So I would put a potato here, and I would put another potato here, and you can even put another potato here. You can easily put 4 potatoes in here if you wanted. Last year, I did something different in my green containers. I only put one potato per container. This year, I will be doing 2 potatoes per container because I need to free up the space for other plants. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment box. And until then, see you in the next video. Peace and bliss.